What's happening, YouTube? It's Simon466cards, and today we're going to talk about an LCS that's had its assets seized, which might be an opportunity for you to buy cards on the cheap. The only catch is you have to live in or near San Antonio or have someone you really trust who lives in or near San Antonio. So this story is actually an update from a video I did 8 months ago. You can see a screenshot on your screen right now from that video. I will link to it in the description below. There was a company in San Antonio. It's called Legends Only Sports Cards and Collectibles. They took a bunch of cards in from a collector, and they were supposed to sell those cards and then give the proceeds of those sales back to the card owner, but instead didn't do any of that. They kept the cards for themselves or sold those cards and kept the money for themselves. And as a result, you can see here that card collector filed a lawsuit. And so this was a story I did 8 months ago, a video I did. And recently I got a comment from Alexander Baker 5843. Shout out to you. He said a couple weeks ago, hey, you should make an update video. I heard the police raided the shop, which obviously perks up my ears. I am intrigued as to whether or not this is true, and so I did some Googling and I found this article from May 30th. And the title you can see here says Bexar County Constables seize items from Northwest Side sports memorabilia business owner. And law enforcement began moving the items on Friday. So someone's seizing something, something's happening here. And you will see here, this is Legends Only Sports Cards and Collectibles. So this is definitely the same situation. And if we scroll down here, this is the most interesting part. A judge issued a writ of execution on May 20th, which means the court ordered the owner of Legends Only Sports Cards to pay back the $200,000 that he owes. So he owed a lot of money. Since the payment has not been paid, constables arrived at the property as well as the guy's adjacent businesses, which is called Champs Only Trading Cards, excuse me. And sources told KSAT the constable's office will soon remove all items from inside both stores and put them up for auction, which got me even more interested because that means these cards are getting sold somewhere. And so for what I like to call shiggles, to keep this channel G-rated, I'm like, I need to find this auction house. Where are they getting sold? I find it very difficult to believe that they would be selling on a major card or hobby marketplace. So maybe there are some deals to be had. I did some more Googling and I found this article on Sports Collectors Daily, and it really goes into detail about the entire situation. But if we scroll to the very bottom, you can see here is the writ of execution, and it says blah 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 on the 24th day of June 2025 AD. Just what are we confused that it might be BC? Like what's that all about? 10 a.m. at Alamo Auctioneers, the following property to wit, and then lists Pokemon sports trading cards, store showcases, and store items. Interesting. So again, for shiggles, I looked up Alamo Auctioneers and signed up to their mailing list because maybe I'm going to buy some cards and this will be a fun little adventure, and maybe I'll get a really good deal because Alamo Auctioneers probably not going to get the same number of eyes as an eBay or a Fanatics Collect or a Golden or whatever. And so that's what I did, and I've been getting some emails from them for the last couple of months or a couple of weeks here. And so here is Alamo Auctioneers website. You can see definitely does not have the same flash or polish as the Fanatics Collect website, I will say. And you can see they're selling like cars and stuff. Circle K surplus store. All right. So here's the good stuff. Alamo Auctioneers public auction Pokemon, right? Remember there's Pokemon too. And you can see here the catalog for the Pokemon, nearly 2,500 items in the catalog. I don't know anything about Pokemon, but you know, if you are, that's interesting. This here though is the problem. Local pickup only. So, and I've done some more digging on this. They don't ship. They just don't. So I can't pick them up because I live in Canada. I don't know anybody in the San Antonio area. So I'm out of the game on these cards and buying or bidding on them. So if you live in San Antonio, or if you know someone you trust who lives in San Antonio who can pick up these cards, this might be a great deal for you. Now, if you scroll down, there's also a One Piece TC section. That's 834 lots. And then the stuff that I care about, sports memorabilia, which is actually mislabeled because it should be called sports cards. And that has nearly 1,000 items in the lot. If we go to auction details, you can see register win. The first lot opens up at 10 a.m. and then the bidding closes at on July 9th. No shipping, in-person pickup. Will need to make an appointment. Please call this number. So yeah, you can see you need someone local to do this. Also hidden in the details somewhere here, I don't know where it is. Here it is. There's bid increments. There you can see in the terms and conditions, like really hidden down in there, is a buyer's premium. So just a quick PSA on that. There is an 18% buyer's premium on all purchases. So please account for that if you are watching this video and are living in Texas or have someone who live in Texas and are looking to actually bid on these. Okay, so I did some digging into the 971 lots. I didn't do a lot of digging, just to be clear. I did a little bit of digging, and there are some interesting cards in here that suggest you could find some gems if you really look closely. The first one, and the most obvious one, is a Victor Wembanyama Select Courtside Gold, BGS 9.5. If we click on this, and this is lot 149 if you're interested, if we click on this and we zoom in, because the photo quality is horrendous. I also want to note that. You can see lot 149, that's not on sale for $149. Here it is. There's the BGS label, 9.5. This is a Prism Gold in Select, and if we flip the image, and it looks very cool. I always think the Select Golds look very good, very nice. If we scroll in here, you can see it is a courtside, serial numbered out of 10. Again, the poor quality on these pictures is it's bad, but perhaps because it's really hard to read, this might be a buying opportunity because it's hard to find those type of details. So that's like the big card that I could find here. There might be others, but that's the one that really stuck out to me. Other thing, they don't label all the cards very well because I don't think the people running Alamo Auctioneers knows anything about cards. Here is an Emmanuel Ginobili card. Not Manu Ginobili, Emmanuel Ginobili. Why is that? Well, because that's what it says on the card. Emmanuel Ginobili. Why is that? Well, it's because you can see here, it's a Topps Finest rookie card. Does it say Topps Finest rookie Manu Ginobili here? No, it just says his name, Manu Ginobili. Even more. There's this. It's actually serial numbered out of 250. It is a Topps Finest rookie refractor for Manu Ginobili, who is a Hall of Famer. Is any of that detail in the title? Absolutely not. So again, gems can be found here, hidden gems. Another example. Does anybody know who Mikhail Vick is? I'm not familiar with his work. I'm familiar with the work of one Michael Vick, but Mikhail Vick, not so much. And that is obviously a typo because if we zoom in, this is a Michael Vick card in a BGS or in a PSA 10. Is any of that mentioned here? Absolutely not. Just says Panini Prism, Mikhail Vick. So again, not exactly a professional card operation here at Alamo Auctioneers, which is exactly why I wanted to bid on some of these cards, but unfortunately I cannot because you can see here, local pickup only. And so that's the video. Just an opportunity for you to buy cards on the cheap if you live in San Antonio or know someone you trust who could pick up the cards in San Antonio. This is happening and it closes on July 9th. And like I said, there are many different cards here. This sports cards lot or sports cards catalog has nearly 1,000. If you're into Pokemon, there's 2,400. One Piece 800, and then memorabilia, sports memorabilia, which is actually sports cards, nearly 1,000. And there's random assortments here. It's like anything from like Funko Pops to all sorts of wacky things here, and there's 71 of those as well. So yeah, go to alamoauctioneers.com if you're interested, and let me know what other gems you find in the comment section below. I spent all of 3 minutes and I already found this and this and this. And I have to imagine Pokemon would be in an even worse situation in terms of labeling things properly than compared to sports, which at least you could just copy and paste the player's name. For Pokemon, I think that might be even harder. You don't know what any of these things are if you're not familiar with the Pokemon world, which again, for a company that is selling like cars, I don't know that they're going to be able to do that. Like, look at what they actually sell. Like, this is their bread and butter. They're selling cars. I don't know that they're going to know your Charizards or whatever the hell these things are in Pokemon, that they're going to do very well in being accurate there. Anyways, let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Thank you as always for listening and watching. I'll talk to you all soon. Cheers.